Consumerism, the atheistic religion of the 21st century? Welcome to our YouTube video on the topic of consumerism in contemporary societies. Today, we'll be exploring the ways in which consumption has become the primary factor in determining a person's identity, which some argue is a new form of religion. The media promotes a peculiar gospel of consumption, which has gained increasing numbers of followers enthusiastically pursuing the consumer paradise offered by department stores and large shopping centers, the modern temples of consumption. Generations entering the job market and the world of joyful, unconstrained consumption continue to worship the god of money. Some researchers even formulate the thesis that we are dealing with the rule of the triumvirate: money, image, fame. It is significant that the proud Cartesian maxim cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am, has appeared in a modified version of I buy, therefore I am, in advertisements for department stores in the United States. The ritualization of consumption has been present for centuries, and today we can observe its ongoing process. We see commercialization of holidays like Christmas, Easter, or Valentine's Day, resulting in consumption-related customs and practices that are taking over the spiritual sphere. Some view the philosophy of consumerism as a specific form of atheistic religion, which is a counterbalance to extremist political movements and orthodox religious groups. However, in a consumer society, anything can be subject to exchange transactions, including the sale of one's intimacy and privacy, as well as specific services such as surrogate motherhood. In modern societies that are all about buying things, we can see that even religious or spiritual practices are mixed in with everyday life. The sacred and the profane coexist in the public space, and the process of supermarketization of religion is underway with designated prayer areas in large airports, hypermarkets, etc. On the other hand, the often shamefully hidden commercial activities of churches and religious associations are taking place, such as the activities of so-called megachurches in the United States. For many modern consumers, the world of joyful, hedonistic consumption is a kind of reward, compensation for the fast pace of life, hard work, and the difficulties and stresses of daily life. In developed countries, people are often pressured to keep buying new things even if they don't really need them. This is because advertising is becoming more and more powerful, especially on the internet. It's like there's a subtle force pushing people to keep consuming, and it's hard to resist. They follow the idea of carpe diem, seizing the day by finding joy in buying things that align with their personal passions and interests. They carefully choose goods and services that cater to their unique preferences, with the goal of enhancing their well-being and inner peace. In doing so, they aim to stand out and highlight their individuality. The power of advertising has been recognized for a long time, and today its ability to influence consumer behavior has increased vastly thanks to the development of modern technology and social media. Internet users, overwhelmed by an excess of information, use simplified rules of reasoning. They readily assimilate simple narratives that require little intellectual effort and become easy prey for influencers. Famous bloggers, YouTubers, and Instagrammers skillfully monetize their popularity and serve as virtual recruiters, engaging in a commercial flirtation with brands, usually carefully camouflaged. Young internet users, especially teenagers, uncritically follow their online idols, accepting their shopping recommendations without question, with calf-like admiration. They unconsciously surrender to these techniques, naively thinking that their peers are more credible than television commercials from large corporations. An innocent-looking teenager entering a store selling a full range of clothing, gadgets, and accessories associated with music genres such as heavy metal or hip-hop, can buy himself a rebel package and transform into a fiercely rebellious nonconformist upon leaving. Producers and merchants cleverly take advantage of teenagers' nonconformist attitudes, understanding that packaged rebellion and protest sell like hotcakes. An excellent example of this is the brilliant careers and financial success of American rappers. Famous philosopher Erich Fromm wrote many years ago that, "We have become consumers of everything, consuming knowledge, art, lectures, love, and our attitude is still the same. I pay and I get something, I have the right to it." Developed capitalist countries have experienced a significant increase in consumerism for many years, where the demand for goods and services has become the primary driver of their economies. In the United States, this phenomenon was even celebrated through publications dedicated to the affluenza and luxury fever that swept the nation. However, consumerism drastically slowed down after the economic crisis of 2007-2008, and the COVID-19 pandemic has further dampened the previous excitement and enthusiasm for consuming. One of the effects of the pandemic is the shift towards the digital world. As people spend more time online, they are increasingly exposed to advertisements and influencers promoting consumer goods. At the same time, there is a growing awareness of the impact of consumerism on the environment and society, leading to movements such as No Plastic World and green consumption. These shifts reflect a growing awareness of the environmental impact of consumerism and the need for a more sustainable and responsible form of consumption. After the crisis, people have started to adopt new behaviors such as sharing economy, freeganism, slow life, and simple living. These changes reflect a shift in consumer mentality and behavior away from the fast-paced lifestyle and materialistic pursuits. In conclusion, consumerism has become a defining feature of modern societies, with consumption determining a person's identity and even considered a new form of religion. However, there are signs of change in consumer behavior and mentality, and it remains to be seen whether these trends will lead to a more sustainable and responsible form of consumption in the future.